Hey everyone, I am back and I'm sitting in my room. Wow. As you can see, I kind of got a lot more decorations in my room because I have an addiction to buying stuff that I don't need. Recently, my channel got a strike and I wasn't able to upload for a whole week, which was painful to me. It was tragic. Honestly, one of the biggest tragedies of my life. Yes, I am exaggerating for people that can't understand sarcasm, but it was nonetheless not fun and made me sad. But while that happened, a big story that I really wanted to talk about on YouTube was going on and I had to keep my mouth shut. It was almost like YouTube was trying to silence me because they knew I wanted to cover this. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to start a conspiracy theory. Also, if you were wondering why I got a strike on my YouTube channel and had a video removed, which is just my luck because that constantly seems to happen to me. I showed a guy on an Omegle video that is now currently back up, so please go check that out because I censored it and it should be fine. I just gotta be a little smarter with my next video. Wow, I did that way too well. I showed a guy holding a bag of some white powder that he was referring to as Coca-Cola, and that Coca-Cola was legitimate, and I was like, oh, well, you know, that's fine. YouTube disagreed. So that video got removed and I got a strike, and I had to wait a week to upload again, and here we are. But with that being said, I am fully back on the YouTube grind. I got music coming, I got music videos coming, I got music videos I'm working on. I am on that grind. I am working my butt off, which I don't really have much of a butt. The only thing that has less of a butt than me is that skeleton right behind me. Before we get into today's video, I wanted to shout out my merch at JohnnyGuilbert.com. It helps support the channel, helps me also create music and do music videos, which I've been looking into, and they're expensive. So today's video is on the one and only Sssniperwolf, and Sniperwolf is an OG YouTuber that is known for mainly reaction videos. She started out doing like Call of Duty gameplay. That doesn't really matter, because currently we're talking about current day Sniperwolf, and current day Sniperwolf is just known for posting probably at least 3 times a week where she just reacts to TikToks and other things, which I don't have a problem with reaction videos. I actually do them quite often as well, except there's a difference. There's a difference when you're reacting to something and you're giving commentary and you're pausing the video and you're actually saying something that's not just, oh, here's the title of the video, here's what I'm seeing on screen. You're actually like, oh, here's what I actually think of this content. She doesn't do that. She just kind of sits there, and she'll also hide the people's usernames that are on screen, so she won't give anyone the ability of getting any credit. And I understand when you're reacting to something, people are not probably going to go and rewatch that video that you're reacting to for the most part, but it's at least common courtesy to at least show their username on screen and to not go out of your way to crop it out. And Sniperwolf's channel, they make sure to hide all the usernames that they are reacting to, which they've been doing for probably years, quite honestly. They've been doing reaction content for so long. And Sniperwolf is a channel that has built themselves to 34 million subscribers, which is a little bit more than me by 33. I know how to do math. And almost every single one of their videos gets 1 million views, which is a lot of money. And because of the content that Sniperwolf does, which is pretty much just mine. Because of that, Sniperwolf has been critiqued by a lot of YouTubers, and some of those being OG YouTubers. And Sniperwolf, in my opinion, at this point, is also an OG YouTuber. I'm pretty sure she's been on the platform since like 2013, 2012. It doesn't sound like it'd be OG, but at this point, I mean, we're in the year 2023. That's OG at this point. Sniperwolf has also been very, very heavily promoted by YouTube. People get really annoyed when they see, hey, look at our awesome creator Sniperwolf, and it's like, yeah, she just reacts to people's content, and it's not even just reaction. It's not like somebody that's like really adding commentary to it. It's more so just like grass. There's grass. The title of the video says there's a car and there's a person. What? And quite honestly, I wouldn't have as big of a problem with that if that was like Twitch content. I mean, it's still lazy nonetheless. And I feel like when you're doing on a live stream, you have a little more leniency. Is that the word? Leniency? I know big words. That's gotta be it, right? I don't know how to speak. But I feel like you have more of like a relaxed kind of vibe, and that's fine. But when you're gonna upload on YouTube, I feel like the video should be cut up and you should actually be mostly showing the parts where you're actually reacting and having some, you know, commentary to it. It shouldn't just be you reacting to the video, which is usually by a reaction, you're just sitting there because you don't know what's gonna happen. It's gonna take some time to process it. And that's kind of usually how her videos go. And then she reads the title of the TikTok that she crops out and uploads it and calls it a day. Sssniperwolf's been doing this for a long time though. And like I was saying, with YouTube promoting her or having her as like a face of the company and everything, it's annoyed a lot of people because the way she goes about it is not the best. And there's a lot of reaction channels or people that do reaction content built into their other content that do it a lot better. I mean, look at Cody Ko with his reactions to, you know, cut videos. And I'm not trying to make the point that, oh, well, I like these creators more and that's why they're right. It's more so the fact of how she goes about it and intentionally crops out people's names. You know, it'd be one thing if somebody's username is not in the video, but when it's a TikTok, you know how they have the watermarks and stuff like that, or showing their profile, it's just common courtesy to at least do that. Let alone you can go above and beyond and also link their accounts if you wanted to. I'm not gonna totally be like, oh, you have to do that, because quite honestly, I'm lazy and a lot of times I don't honestly do that, but I at least put the person's name out there. I'm like, oh, I'm reacting to this YouTuber, or I'm reacting to this person's TikTok, or it's usually on screen. I'm sure there's been a couple times where I haven't had it on screen, but it's not something I ever try to avoid because they deserve the credit. They do. I'm just somebody reacting to it. So there's been a YouTuber named JJack Films who I've been watching since I was a wee little lad, who was inspiring to be a YouTuber and a musician. He was one of the OGs that I was really into, and he would do a lot of parody videos and songs, and he hung out with a lot of people that I also enjoyed. And he's known for having a series called Yai, which was massive, and then PewDiePie ripped it off as a joke and called it Lil Y and did his own variation of it. And PewDiePie did give him credit. It was like a joke that he's like starting his own series. That's literally what JJack Films was doing, and you know, it was fine from what I know. I think that was like a comedy thing that they were doing. But either way, JJack Films has always been one of the most talented people on this platform, and it has maintained a career for super long on this platform, and honestly has stayed out of controversy his whole time. He doesn't seem like a person that really gets into trouble with anybody. He doesn't like really pick up fights, and when he does get into little bickering matches, it's because he's critiquing somebody that actually deserves it, which in my eyes doesn't make him in the wrong ever. And this is the fun part. JJack Films has been doing a channel called JJack Films, or whatever the fuck, how many J's, you know, he's got JJack Films, and it is a channel where he reacts to content, and he was just making fun of the whole reaction world. Then he turned that channel into just reacting to Sssniperwolf's content to point out that Sssniperwolf doesn't react to content correctly or fairly. And I can see why he's annoyed with that, because it sucks to see somebody just take people's content, especially, you know, these people that are small creators that don't even have a voice to protect themselves really from this type of stuff happening. Like, when somebody takes your content, pretty difficult to actually be like, hey, can you help me here? Like, a lot of times it's just like, get fucked, and that's it, and they have your content. So in a way, JJack Films was being the superhero of this story, in my opinion, which maybe is giving him a little too much because he's just a guy making fun videos and kind of pointing out the obvious, but I respect it nonetheless. So JJack Films for the last little bit has been doing a series where he reacts to Sssniperwolf videos, and he'll actually give the creators credit. He'll find them and he'll link their videos and he'll shout them out, which is the opposite of what Sssniperwolf does. Pretty much pointing out what Sssniperwolf, as a giant content creator who makes millions of dollars a month, her content of taking other people's videos, just pointing out that she could do this. And he's a much smaller creator as well. He's got 4 million subscribers, which is a lot of subscribers nonetheless, but he's been doing this for years and years, and Sssniperwolf, who's also been doing this for years and years, has 34 million. So if he at 4 million subscribers could do what she can't do, something's wrong. And nonetheless could afford a much larger team if she wants to. So she could have people link their videos. She could have a person being paid to just do that. And I know that that morally, you know, would be the right thing to do, but I guess she just doesn't care or want to spend the money to have somebody help her out doing that. At that many subscribers and building a career off of other people's content, you kind of should dip your hand into your wallet and have somebody helping you out, or take the time out of your own life, which is a lot to ask because I know, you know, it's a lot to put on somebody, but you know, do it yourself and give people credit. I don't know, maybe that's just crazy of me though. So the whole joke on one of JJack Films' side channels became that he would just react to Sssniperwolf's content, and a lot of times he would do it on his Twitch live streams. They would play a game called Sssniperwolf Bingo, and it would become a game where if Sssniperwolf did certain things like stating the obvious or not giving people credit, which he always does, and etc., he would, you know, mark it off on his Sssniperwolf bingo card. It's actually a hilarious idea, and he would do it on his Twitch streams and people would play along with it, which is pretty amazing. So in my opinion, it's pretty harmless fun. She was getting away with doing something that doesn't seem okay in my book on YouTube to do, and he was poking fun at it and trying to do the right thing by giving people credit. He never threatened her. He never said anything malicious about her besides that she is taking people's content and adding a very weak amount of commentary and just, you know, poking fun at it. Was he constantly posting videos about it and doing live streams about it? Absolutely. But in my opinion, that's completely fair use and completely justified as well. It's not like he's actually ever saying anything that's, you know, bringing her down that wouldn't be justified. So for months and months, JJack Films was doing that, and it became a massive series. I mean, a lot of these episodes were getting 200,000 views to 500,000. Plus, he was getting around 3,000 viewers on Twitch while doing a lot of these videos, and he was posting at least 3 times a week on his channel. So it just seemed like a fun gag and maybe an actual thing to try to get YouTube to maybe look into it and help out these creators and listen to this OG YouTuber who actually is standing up for a lot of these small content creators. So he did his thing and he got a lot of attention for it, and people would criticize her, which is justified. And one day Sssniperwolf is visiting LA and she realizes, you know who lives in LA? JJack Films. So she was doing the logical thing like any sane person would do, and she typed in Google, which it probably took more than just typing into Google, but she searched heavily for JJack Films home address. Weird. Very weird. I mean, this story already sounds like a blatantly obvious answer. Don't fucking do that. But Sssniperwolf, being the insane, egotistical person that I would assume she is, typed in his address, found it from some stalker or some bullshit online, took a photo outside his house. And pretty much just doing that in general is just not allowed in my book. You don't bring internet drama to real life. I don't know if she was physically really threatening him, but she was still going to his house. Feels like such a threat and invasive thing to do, and it's just absolutely disgusting. So what she initially did on Instagram is post an Instagram story saying, should I go visit at JJack Films? He lives like 5 minutes away from where I'm shooting, which is really weird to just know in general. Like, why was that on her mind? I understand that this guy, you know, and you have your differences and you're not agreeing and you're upset with each other. Why do you even know where he lives? Like, why were you looking that up ahead of time? That's fucking weird. And she left a poll to where her fans could answer yes or no. I don't know what the response was, but I would assume that because it's the internet and people just want to see things happen, they probably voted yes. That's just my assumption. And the next story on her Instagram shows Sssniperwolf with JJack Films' house on the other side of the street saying, let's talk like adults at JJack Films. Sssniperwolf, if you want to talk like an adult, don't show up to someone's house without an invitation. That's fucking creepy. And quite honestly, it feels threatening. I don't know if that's intentionally what you're trying to come across, but it feels threatening if you go to someone's house, especially not on good terms. I wouldn't want anyone to show up to my house. If you really wanted to talk like adults with him, you should have DM'd him, publicly tweeted him, messaged him on Instagram, etc., etc. And I'm pretty sure that he would give you a response, which could lead to you having a Discord call or a Skype call or something, or a phone call, and actually having a discussion, whether it's public or not. I feel like JJack Films would have been open to that. I'm not completely sure because I can't speak for him, but at this point, obviously, why the fuck would he ever want to talk to this lady? But during the beginning times before she, you know, showed up to his house, I'm pretty sure he would have been open to having a conversation with you. This next part is a clip of JJack Films being told that she's outside his house while he's playing games on Twitch with his wife and some of his friends.
Wait, can y'all look at general real quick?
I got one wrong though.
Oh my
Sorry,
god!
what?
Ew.
I didn't really believe it.
No, I
Ew?
just
But that's crazy.
How would she know?
Ew, I'm gonna. Alright, hold on.
How
I
would
wanna.
she know?
I'm gonna tweet that and say, hey, please don't. That's creepy. Nah, fuck that.
How would she know where you
Fuck
live,
that.
though?
How the fuck does she know where we live? Leave me alone.
In your house right now, Jack.
Shut up.
You wanna get
literally
knocked on
outside
your
house.
door?
like 5 minutes ago posted.
Wait, what?
She's literally right outside your
Oh
house.
my god!
Call the fucking police.
Fucking sue
Actually.
her.
Wait, what?
Call the police.
No, there's
I'm
a
not
video.
joking. She's outside your house
Sorry.
right now.
What the fuck?
Holy shit!
She literally
on our
posted
Instagram.
a video on her story 5 minutes ago.
I'm
of her
recording
Oh my
Oh,
god, she
yeah.
is. She's outside our
That's
house.
Fucking record
Yeah.
this right
She's
now.
fucking
God,
doxing you.
ice cream.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh,
Yeah, no, this is fuck her.
oh my god, that's horrible.
No, that is a huge
No, it's
violation
not.
of privacy.
I'm gonna go
And-
outside.
Aaron,
No,
no,
don't.
Aaron, don't,
Aaron,
don't,
Aaron,
don't,
Aaron,
don't,
don't.
And as you can see from the reaction, I think they handled it pretty perfectly. I mean, they were saying don't leave the house. They were obviously very in shock, which is very understandable. And they were talking about how they should maybe call the police on this situation, which is very understandable because somebody's showing up to your house. That's never acceptable. So what JJack Films did a little bit later is make a tweet. Sssniperwolf just doxed me on her Instagram. Creepy, gross, violating. What you do is disgusting. You steal content and stalk YouTubers. At YouTube, demonetize this dangerous quote-unquote creator, or just get her off your platform. She posted an IG story right outside our home and deleted it. So it didn't take Sssniperwolf too long to realize, I probably look like a dumbass doing this, which is, kind of surprising for Sssniperwolf to ever think. I think that's a very valid response, and then Sssniperwolf actually responded to it on her Instagram story saying, "This creep has been harassing me for months," then plays the victim saying I threatened him when I just wanted to talk to him. Sssniperwolf, you showed up to his house. What if he did that to you? What if it was the other way around? I have no ill intentions. It's so sad people constantly create drama to pay their bills. I don't think critiquing someone necessarily falls under complete drama, but if you want to put it in those words, then so be it. Going to someone's house though, never justified. I don't care if he's like, really saying bullshit to you or whatever. That's weird. There's so many other ways you could have gone about this. So then obviously when the situation got out publicly, the internet blew up about it, and 99.9% of people are on Jack's side, which they should be. But one of those percentage that doesn't really seem to fully be on Jack's side is Instagram and YouTube. They seem to not really give much of a fuck, but we'll get into that a little bit later. In the past, there was also tweets from JJack Films and Sssniperwolf to each other. This is before she showed up to his house, but this is when Sssniperwolf was catching wind that he was doing a channel that was pretty much critiquing her. And she said to one of his tweets, "Wow, I can't stand that a female YouTuber is getting more views than me, even though I make the same content. Grr, my life is hard." She obviously either is discrediting him or just doesn't understand what he's doing, but JJack Films does so many videos that are actually highly quality, and even his reaction videos are very high quality and a statement as well. He's not actually a reaction channel. Like, yeah, I guess you can kind of say that, but he's more of a parody channel if anything. And this isn't even his main channel. This is his side channel that he made just to critique what you are currently doing. For context, JJack Films made another channel, which proves that she obviously knows about his main channel, which he's been doing, parody videos and so many other types of videos for years and years, where he copied my content for a few months thinking it would blow up and get millions of views. It did not, and now he's mad. I don't think he was mad. I think that's the whole point of it for a long time. I think he's just been critiquing you. I think you seem mad, quite honestly, or upset, and that's, understandable because somebody's, critiquing you. That's not a good feeling, but let's not bullshit it. I mean, it's obvious what he's actually doing, unless if you're brain dead, which I'm not gonna say you are. So JJack Films 6 days ago made a statement on his channel called JJack Films. This is his main channel, and the video currently has 521,000 likes and 3,000 dislikes, which is insane that it even has 3,000 dislikes. Like, what is there to actually dislike about this besides, the fact that it happened to him? But why would you dislike his video? I don't understand. So let's hear what he said.
Last night, Sssniperwolf, a massive YouTuber, showed up outside of our home. I've never once had someone come to my home and vaguely threaten me. Sssniperwolf needs to be deplatformed.
I mean, I completely agree. It's a shame, but you did this to yourself, Sssniperwolf.
She turned from a mere content thief to someone who doxes and stalks her critics. To everyone that's reached out to us, thank you. We're fine, we're just a little shaken up. Mainly, we feel violated. We no longer feel safe in our own home.
I mean, that's a very good point too, and I thought about that as well. Like, your home is your safe place. You have all your stuff there, you spend a majority of your life there, usually, for most people. And Sssniperwolf literally took that away from them.
YouTube needs to step in and take action. If this goes unpunished, then it sets a terrifying precedent that you can dox and stalk your critics so long as you have a big YouTube audience.
I know this didn't technically happen on YouTube or anything. It happened more so on Instagram and just obviously in real life. But she is a massive creator and a massive face of the platform. And to not stand up for somebody that's been on this platform for so long, let alone any creator or just person in general that would be going through this, and not trying to use these people as an example for things that shouldn't be allowed, just really is a step back, and honestly just makes you feel like as a creator that your value doesn't really matter unless if you're a massive creator. And I mean massive, like 30 million subscriber creator. She also posted this screenshot after she went to his house the next day, and she said, "We show up to your house. What are you doing?" I'm not really sure what to gather out of this. I don't know if it's like saying, oh, we're just like, pretty girls, what are you gonna do? Or like, you literally can't do anything because I'm so powerful. I'm not really sure how to take it, but either way, it's unjustified. Also, Sssniperwolf, from looking at it right now, she's 30 years old. So since this video, JJack Films has not uploaded any videos on his main channel, and he has not uploaded on his second channel, which I don't know if he's ever gonna really be doing more videos on Sssniperwolf after this situation, to be quite honest. And I do not blame him. Like, it makes a lot of sense. I don't think I would want to do it. I think the joke kind of ends there due to the fact of how real it got, which is unfortunate because he wasn't doing anything wrong and she took it too far. And now it's like, okay, well, this isn't funny anymore. This is actually just a weird fucking human being. As for Sssniperwolf, she's still actively uploading. She's posting every single day practically, or every 2 days. She's just doing the same exact content where she rips off people's videos and doesn't give them credit. And as you can see from the dislike ratio, people are upset and going to her channel, but it's not as much as you would expect. Her last video from a day ago has 19,000 likes, which is actually a pretty good amount, and 74,000 dislikes. But the comments are going off. This video currently has 11,000 comments, and people are all talking about JJack Films and what she did to them. And that's currently where the story, oh my god, something just happened. It looks like on October 18th, YouTube tweeted, would it be too meta to do a reaction video to a reaction? Huh. That's an interesting thing to tweet. It almost sounds like they're referring to the JJack Films reacting to Sssniperwolf content. It's interesting because YouTube hasn't responded to the many tweets, including JJack Films multiple times, tweeting at them to, you know, deplatform this creator, or at least addressing what happened. But they did tweet that out, which is an insane thing, and led to 10,000 people just replying to this one tweet. And right before that, they also tweeted, check in on yourself, check in on your friends, which a lot of people are like, kind of a weird thing to tweet right after one of your content creators was just doxxed by another content creator and felt like their life was threatened. As you can see, there's a lot of massive content creators that are standing up for JJack Films in this comment section response. I thought that was really cool to see. But today we finally got an actual somewhat response from YouTube, which is insane. And quite honestly, I believe Instagram should also be saying something. I think more people quite honestly should be on Instagram. I know that she makes probably more of her income from YouTube and is obviously a bigger platform for her, and she's more of a face of YouTube, but Instagram is where all those posts were posted. So I feel like Instagram 100% should remove her account, because what example does that set for other Instagram creators if you're just gonna let one of your creators dox somebody on your platform? But Instagram currently has said nothing, and quite honestly, I have little faith that they will say anything, which really sucks because I feel like she should 100% be removed off that platform. So after a couple days, Team YouTube, which is YouTube's second account, which actually responds to creators a lot more than actual @YouTube on Twitter, finally responded to JJack Films, him making his tweet in October 13th, and them responding October 20th, which is pretty crazy. JJack Films pretty much was saying that she should be removed, and what Team YouTube said, Team YouTube, just in a response, not a public tweet, when this is a massive, massive story for them, and a massive incident that they need to, in my opinion, stand up against, just responded to him, confirming Sssniperwolf has received a temporary monetization suspension per creator responsibility policies. Off-platform actions that put others' personal safety at risk and harm our community, and the behavior on both sides isn't what we want on YouTube. That's an insane thing to say. They're saying right there that JJack Films is also in the wrong. At that point, are you gonna say any person that critiques any other content creator is in the wrong? Because he never did anything wrong. He's made videos like myself and a lot of other people, which are some of the most popular videos on this platform, talking about other creators and standing up for what is right. All he said is that she doesn't credit content creators, and he made a joke about it by parodying her channel and constantly, you know, bringing up that she's not crediting these creators and is stealing content and making a fortune off of it. They also said, hoping everyone helps move this convo to a better place. I don't understand how they're saying both sides. I think that's disgusting. I hope that JJack Films channel is not demonetized. Hey, YouTube, this is uncomfortable. I know I critique this person, but why is she showing up to my house? I've never made any physical threats towards her. People like Jacksepticeye also responded saying, wait, both sides? Criticism and parody are not the same as doxing. A lot of content creators were responding to this tweet and just pretty much very annoyed that YouTube is not just, for one, banning Sssniperwolf, which she quite honestly deserves. Even if you're not gonna fully ban her forever, I quite honestly feel she deserves a year suspension of uploading for this. It's so far. And most of all, putting JJack Films down with her is insane. A lot of people are also pulling up this video of Sssniperwolf that is quite old, to be quite honest, but Sssniperwolf was definitely in her 20s, and she was on the website Omegle, and she's talking to this person that claimed to be 16 years old, and in the chat, Sssniperwolf and this girl are talking about showing each other their bodies. And it led to the one girl actually doing it, and Sssniperwolf laughing about it and stuff and being like, huh, that's a good clip for a Omegle video. So in this clip, Sssniperwolf is reacting to this transgender person that got upset in a GameStop because they kept on getting misgendered. And Sssniperwolf is just pretty much doing misgendering as well in this clip.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry, sir. Ma'am, I'm so sorry. How dare I not ask you what you identify as?
You need to settle down and mind your business, okay? Ma'am, once again, ma'am. I said both of you. No, you said sir. Once again, it's ma'am.
Did you just assume my gender?
I just find this so immature because I understand this is years ago. Maybe, hopefully, Sssniperwolf has changed and realizes now. I mean, I doubt it. I'm going to be quite honest because of how she still acts. I don't know what that's like as somebody that's not transgender. That's got to be brutal. It's got to be really upsetting. And this person was probably having a bad day. And to keep on having this happen and stuff, just, that sucks.
How dare you? Do you see my pink purse? My pink purse is my gender.
Anyways, there's quite a few videos of Sssniperwolf making transphobic remarks or homophobic remarks. I'm not going to completely say that that is exactly how Sssniperwolf thinks in 2023 because I don't know what her brain thinks like. And I hope that she's better herself, and I hope that she becomes more understanding of people and what they have to go through and can sympathize instead of just laughing about, you know, certain situations like that, because that sucks for those people a lot. You probably have a lot of viewers because you have 34 million subscribers that are gay or, you know, also transgender or, you know, haven't come out and stuff. And because of videos like that, they don't feel safe to come out. The last thing that was said by Sssniperwolf on this situation, which was right after YouTube actually responded about it, which makes me believe that YouTube and Sssniperwolf had a little conversation. Everyone's claiming that this is written by AI, which I could totally see. And a lot of people are saying that it's written by ChatGPT, which is a tool that people use to write, you know, emails and finish homework and shit, which is not allowed. And let's read it and see if this is exactly how it sounds. It is inexcusable. I'm sorry to JJack Films, YouTube, the entire creator community, and my incredible fans for not being a better example for appropriate conflict resolutions. I mean, yes, that's well worded and makes sense. Sounds very, very robotic though. JJack's film, which a lot of people keep on pointing fun at because his name is JJack Films. I don't really think that's that big of a deal. She just didn't put one of the S's. While we certainly don't see eye to eye and have our differences, I'm sorry for reacting the way I did. When I should have taken the opportunity to show young creators how adults and professionals resolve conflict by communicating directly, respectfully, and privately, not for views or content, which is funny because she accused him for doing all this for views and content, and then she just admitted that she was, you know, showing up to his house for views and content, but a meaningful example of how conflict should be solved. I will reach out directly. Hopefully we can find some time to connect and communicate respectfully. I'd also like to say thanks YouTube for holding me accountable. I can guarantee that she is not happy that YouTube's holding her accountable. She just wants to keep her job. She wants her monetization back, and she's making an apology tweet because every single creator has said something about this. With that being said, maybe she actually is looking back on what she's done and realizes that it's wrong now from giving it time, but I just doubt it due to the fact of how she was acting immediately. I deserve it, respect the decision, and appreciate the opportunity to learn and grow from a true lapse in judgment. Sssniperwolf, you think that you would know not to use the word true lapse of judgment after that Logan Paul apology video, which became a meme. I don't really believe that she's happy that YouTube held her accountable. I don't. I think she's happy that she's not completely banned off the website, and quite honestly, I would be happy about that too, because what she did rightfully deserves to be banned off the website. I don't know if JJack Films will ever want to talk to her, but if he does, he's a very mature and caring person. For her to keep on posting on YouTube and stuff, or not even just straight up make an apology on YouTube, is so unhuman. Like, she could film a video instead of just posting her 5 reactions since all this happened on YouTube and be like, JJack Films, this is how I feel, I'm sorry, and I would really be grateful if you gave me the chance to speak to you through a call and apologize. Yeah, so it seems that both of their channels are currently demonetized. From what I've seen from other people though, they've looked at her old videos and there's a way you can actually see it on vidIQ, and some people are saying that her older videos are still monetized, but her new videos that she's currently posting are not being monetized. I don't know what's completely true on that. It's hard to know from an outsider perspective. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next video. Stay up in our copy. Life's a bitch, don't quit, and peace out, thug pugs. Bye.
Hoping for the best, just hoping nothing happens. 1,000 clever lines on red on clever napkins. I'll never ask if you don't ever tell me. Know you well enough to know you'll never love me. Hoping for the best, just hoping nothing happens. 1,000 clever lines on red on clever napkins. I'll never ask if you